analyzed their attack, sir, and there is a danger. Should I have your ship standing by?
Evacuate? In our moment of triumph? I think you overestimate their chances.
Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to my channel, The Paradox Nerd here, ready to do another review for you guys. And today I'll be reviewing the Hot Toys MMS 433 Star Wars Grand Moff Tarkin. Okay, so a few thoughts before I do my review. I just picked up the single pack with just Tarkin because I already have the Rogue One Vader, so I just didn't want to be collecting all of the Vaders. That's just me. That's just my personal preference. Another thing is that a lot of people were requesting for Tarkin. He was probably one of the most wanted figures in the past couple years. Ever since I've been collecting, all I heard was, we want Tarkin, where's Tarkin? So finally Hot Toys listened and decided to give us this figure. So let's see if this is what we've been waiting for the longest time. Without further ado, let's go straight into the review. So here is the packaging for Grand Moff Tarkin. As you can see, really your basic Star Wars themed packaging with a picture of Grand Moff Tarkin in the front, and in the back, again, nothing really special, just some warnings and some information in regards to the figure. Okay, so here is a cover slip with the picture of Grand Moff Tarkin and Vader in the front. Now, in terms of a score, just your average 7 out of 10. Nothing, again, really special with the packaging of this Star Wars figure. Okay, so let's start off with the accessories that come with Grand Moff Tarkin. As you can see, really not much accessories that come with him. You get the 4 cylinders. Code cylinders. You get 3 pairs of hands, a base, and you also get this chair. So let's take a closer look at them. So here I'll just take one code cylinder. It has a hook here so it could hang from the pocket. Okay, so with the code cylinders, what it represents is the more code cylinders you have, the higher rank you are in the Galactic Empire. Okay, let's take a closer look at the hands. So you get pointing finger one. So you could kind of pose it with him pointing at Princess Leia or something. Here are some more hands. Really pretty cool. And like in the beginning of the video, you saw me pose him with this hand, kind of like almost touching his chin. And here is another hand. Here is the base. Really nothing special. Just has the name plate in the front here. No special graphic cards on top of the base. Okay, so we're going to take a closer look at the chair. Really nothing special with this. It's actually kind of cheap. It's made out of plastic. So really cool that they added this. So with the accessory department, I'm kind of disappointed in this area just because for the price point, you really don't get much. To me, I felt that Hot Toys used the advantage of basically the demand of Grand Moff Tarkin. They delivered the figure, but they don't deliver in the accessory department. It's really lacking. I felt that, with Anakin Skywalker, he was, I think, at the same price point, and you kind of get more accessories. Yes, you do get the chair, which is definitely an added bonus, but in terms of the base, I felt like they could have done more, maybe like something similar to the Han Solo in the Stormtrooper disguise where they had the LED backdrop light up. They could have also added the interrogation droid in this single pack, rather it being on the double pack. I mean, that would have been such a pretty cool bonus. I mean, for $235, it just, you know, doesn't feel like it comes with much. If, in my opinion, if I had to price this, I would have put it around like the $210 to $200 range. So, but that's just my opinion. Alright, so yeah, in terms of a score, I gave it an 8 out of 10. Alright, so the next department I would like to take a closer look at is the articulation. And surprisingly, Grand Moff Tarkin doesn't have great articulation. Let's start off with the neck articulation, and you could see, I mean, he could turn his head from side to side. Unfortunately, you can't bring his head up too much or look down. Can tilt his head, or should I say his neck, from side to side. So not really sure, maybe it's the uniform that's hindering his articulation in this area. Moving down to the shoulders, really not much articulation there. Here is as far as you go. Can't really move his arm forward too much. Really disappointing there. And again, I believe it's the uniform that's hindering his articulation, and really can't bring it up further than that. Now with the elbow joints, really different story. You could actually bring in past 90 degrees, which is great. Same with the other side. And the wrist joints are pretty articulated. Moving down to the torso, not much articulation there. I think it's because of the uniform that's hindering his articulation. Let's move down to the hip joints, and the hip joints has really good articulation there, so I can't complain with that. You could bring his legs out, abduct it out. Same with the other side. No worries in terms of the pants ripping. Has a lot of leeway there. It's not too tight. Let's move on to the knee articulation, and pretty decent articulation there. You could get a little bit past 90 degrees, and same with the other side. Now in terms of the boots, really it's pretty articulate, but you have to be really careful. The boot itself is really thin, and to me it actually feels cheap, and I'll dive into that a little bit later. And so you could bring his feet forward, front, back, side to side. Okay, so in terms of a score for the articulation department, I give it an 8 out of 10. I am really surprised in how limited he is in this department. I'm not sure what Hot Toys could have done to improve in this area. I mean, the shoulders, the torso was so restricted, so you are limited in terms of your posing capabilities. Alright, so next up is the detail department. I just want to start off by saying that I'm kind of disappointed in this department, and here's the reason why. The tailoring and just the feel of the uniform feels cheap. You know, you could feel it on the side of his sleeves, all around his uniform. There is a flap here. I just want to give you guys a heads up. It has a magnet, could kind of like stick on like that. Anyone can let me know in the comments below why you're able to pull this down, the flap down like this with his uniform. I would really appreciate that. I'm not really sure why you're able to do that. And here's the belt. And I don't know why the boots is why I'm annoyed with the boots. I just right off the bat, the feel of it. And these boots can lead to flaking over time, especially if you leave them in like any dynamic poses or anything. So I highly suggest you just kind of like have them stand up straight, you know. And just also, I just want to show you why I feel like the detail department is lacking. Just look at the chair itself. It feels so flimsy. Just be careful when you're putting the bottom of the chair in. You could probably snap off if you're not careful this little rod here. So yeah, definitely be careful. So now in terms of a score, I scored this department a 7.5 out of 10. Alright, last but not least, let's check out the head sculpt of Grand Moff Tarkin. And I have to say, Hot Toys definitely nailed the likeness of Peter Cushing. I think a lot of us, you know, when they first saw the prototype pictures, first, A, we were just happy that we are getting a Tarkin figure, and B, that the likeness was there. I mean, it's not perfect, but I would have to say that Hot Toys definitely did an awesome job. So let's take a closer look at the side profile. Really loving just the likeness, especially from the side. And here is the back of the figure. And here is the other side of the figure. Now, in terms of a score, I scored the head sculpt department a 9 out of 10. And I'm extremely happy the way it turned out. And it is definitely the selling point for this figure. Okay guys, so here is my final score for Grand Moff Tarkin. I scored it a 39.5 out of 50, which is a 7.9. Okay, so here are my closing thoughts for this figure. In my opinion, for the price point of $235, I just felt that Hot Toys could have done a lot better, especially in the articulation and accessory department. I just feel that it's just not what I expected. You know, it's really hard to pose him. Really lacking in the accessory department. Also, another gripe of mine is the hands. Grand Moff Tarkin has like gorilla hands compared to his skinny forearms and arms. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, I still love this figure. The head sculpt is definitely the selling point in this figure, and Hot Toys nailed the likeness. But, you know, like I said before, they could have done better. I don't have any regrets for this figure. And if you guys have a chance to pick it up, definitely do. Okay guys, so that wraps up my video. Thank you guys again for taking the time out of the day and watching this video. Hit the like button if you like the video. Hit subscribe for more content coming up your way. I do have a giveaway coming up, so I'll be announcing that probably this week. I'm not sure. I have Yondu coming in this week, so I definitely have to do that review, and then I'll probably do the giveaway announcement after that. Alright guys, thank you guys again. Take care and have an awesome day.
Continue with the operation. You may fire when ready.
What?
You're far too trusty. Dantooine is too remote to make an effective demonstration, but don't worry. We will deal with your rebel friends soon enough.